What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video preview. Today we are going to take a look at Moff Gideon from Mandalorian Season 3. And when it's available, you can pre-order this at bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. It doesn't say exactly what the name of the suit is. They just said Moff Gideon. But he looks like a Mandalorian here, you know, with the armor and all that stuff, with the helmet on. I'm guessing that's Beskar that's in him. Honestly, season 3 has a lot of ups and downs, mostly downs for me. Not the most well-received Mandalorian season out of the 3, and I agree with that. I don't think it's horrible. I don't think it's unwatchable, but it's definitely far inferior compared to the first 2 Mandalorians. It's not terrible. It's not the worst show I've seen, but it's also not memorable, at least for me. Now, with that being said, this figure looks great. It doesn't matter what you think about the season. This Moff Gideon looks great. Now, the first Moff Gideon is still sitting out there in almost all retailers, being discounted and all that stuff. Mind you, that figure, when it was announced or even released, when it was announced, there was a lot of controversies about the head sculpt. Some people were saying it doesn't even look like Giancarlo Esposito. And those doubts, I have it. I do have that figure. And the buzz, the doubts around it is, I would say that's reasonable. It's not the best looking sculpt that Hot Toys has ever made. But I think it does look like him. With that being said, this head sculpt is spot on. My goodness. I like, especially, I mean, he looks different here. He doesn't have the stash. His hair is a bit different as well. But for what he is in that show, this is spot on. Now you're going to ask yourself, which Moff Gideon would you want? Is there any talk about Mandalorian Season 4, though? Because he appeared so brief. You know, I think it's the last episode or second to the last. He made a cameo for almost the last second. And then the last episode, he kind of fought with this armor. How impactful is this suit or look to you? I guess that's the question. Because the first one, I can make an argument that he's menacing outside of season 2. He looks like a wimp there. But, you know, especially towards the end. But that's kind of like the mean Moff Gideon that we've known, at least I've known for, you know, at least on the first 2 seasons. And he was pretty badass in those when he was wielding the, you know, the dark saber. He looks cooler here. This is a better figure. But the other one as well, you know, I mean, that's no joke, man. I'd still recommend that, especially if you can get it for cheap, just because it does have the better storyline he has. To me, he's like a better impact there. As a villain compared to in here, he looks definitely cooler looking. I would say twice as better figure. You know, like the head sculpt itself, the armor and all that stuff. It looks great. He does even have a helmet. Now, is that because I see? Do you just put the helmet on? I hope it's just like a second head sculpt. Because you don't want to damage the actual head sculpt. But I'm gonna look into here. I'm looking at the description. Collectible figure, newly developed head sculpt with incredible likeness. Purse, of course. Beskar helmet. Okay, detailed Beskar helmet. Man, I hope you just don't slide it in. I hope not, because if you do, I'll be afraid to do that ever so often. You know, that this could have been a better suited, in my opinion, as a second head sculpt. Jetpack, electro staff, extended and collapsed mode, a blaster pistol, a whipcord, and a flamethrower effect. Display base and a crushed dark saber hilt. Okay, so a lot of things. There's a lot of things included in here. If I have to guess about the price for this guy, I would say around $285 or $300. That's kind of like the trend of Hot Toys going on for now, and them knowing as well that, you know, season 3 wasn't well received. But this is one of those things where it's see that neck piece. When I saw the neck piece, I was like, man, ooh, that'll be tough. But yeah, the neck piece kind of gave it away. That it, at least for me, I thought it was a helmet that you put on. That'll be dangerous, honestly. But I like this. I like the Praetorian Guard in the back. They look cool. But I don't know if I want to invest anything at Mando season 3 though. So I have Moff Gideon. I got it for a pretty cheap price. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get this as well, but I'm not gonna pre-order this. I'm not, because I do have a Moff Gideon. Even though, man, that head sculpt is good. This figure looks great. I don't know, man. All this figure looks great anyway, but Hot Toys is on another level right now, especially with that rolling eyeball system, which is it feels like it's pretty much included in every figure nowadays. So I like that fact. Newly crafted armor suit with enhanced durability. I like that. I like that sound of that. Man, then you put it. You can have this setup where you have Moff Gideon, the first one, surrounded with his Death Trooper, and then you can have this guy with Praetorian Guards next to him. That is a great display right there, man. And you can technically have both if you have the capacity to do so, both financial and space wise. That would look nice, But this figure, man, it is tempting. Look at that. Look at that pose right there. Like he's holding the helmet on. It's hollow inside. That's a concern. But hey, regardless, I still think it looks terrific. Does anything light up in here? I don't see any LED light up because that jetpack looks kind of lit up. But that's how they all come in anyway. They all look lit up. But man, they nailed this head sculpt. With how controversial the first one is, it's how good they did the second one. Am I regretting picking up the first one? Kinda now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at my first one, was like, God damn, it feels like it's from 2008 now. Hot Toys, but it's still pretty good in my opinion. It still holds, at least for what it does, right? For season 1 and 2, still holds it, at least for me, because I love season 1 and 2 Mandalorian. Season 3, not so much. I don't even love it. I like it. I don't love it. It's Mandalorian. I'm gonna watch every Mandalorian out there, but season 3 just doesn't hit the same way as season 1 and 2 for me. But yeah, let me know in the comments, guys. Are you guys gonna pick this up? Are you gonna wait, or are you gonna see if it goes the same fate as the previous Moff, where it sits around? Maybe you can grab it for a deal, or you think this is gonna be waitlist soon? Let's see the trend. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.